Shut up and sit down.
Essay on Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln essay for students and children in English. Born on 12th February 1809 as the second child to Thomas Lincoln and Nancy Hanks, two uneducated farmers in a one-room log cabin in Sinking Spring Farm in Kentucky, young Lincoln had humble roots. Lincoln's paternal grandfather, Abraham, whom Lincoln was named after, had moved his family from Virginia to Kentucky. His parents belonged to a Baptist church and had pulled away from a larger church because they refused to support slavery. Thus, from a very young age, he was exposed to anti-slavery sentiment. At a very young age of 9 years, his mother passed away due to milk sickness. His older sister Sarah took to looking after him until their father remarried in 1890. But she too died during childbirth in her late 20s. His father then remarried and Lincoln became also close to his stepmother Sarah Bush Johnson. Lincoln began his political career in 1832 at the age of 23 with an unsuccessful campaign for the Illinois General Assembly as a member of the Whig Party. In 1834, he won the election to the state legislature, and after coming across the commentaries on the laws of England, he taught himself law. After developing a reputation as a formidable adversary during cross-examination of witnesses and in closing arguments, Lincoln became one of the most respected and successful lawyers in Illinois. In 1836, he was admitted to the bar and started practicing law under John P. Stuart in 1837. He made his first protest against slavery in the Illinois House, which later led to the abolition of slavery. In 1851, he represented Alton and Sangamon Railroad in a dispute, and the original charter was modified in the public interest to provide a cheaper, superior route. Slavery was still prevalent as it was legal. The Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854, which repealed the limits on the spread of slavery, drew Lincoln back into politics. On 27 February 1860, New York Party leaders invited Lincoln for a speech to a group of Republicans. He didn't have a flattering appearance, yet Noah Brooks, a journalist, said, "No man ever before made such an impression on his first appeal to a New York audience." Lincoln supporters described him as the rail candidate. He was named so because of his humble background. Before Lincoln pursued law and politics, he used to do several odd jobs to earn money, and one of them was the job of a rail splitter. He was a candidate for the common man. Lincoln was steadily strengthening his position in politics. He entered the presidential nomination process as a distinct underdog and was eventually chosen as the Republican candidate for the 1860 election. Finally, on 6 November 1860, Lincoln was elected the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln's major contribution as President was that he helped preserve the United States' integrity and sovereignty by leading the defeat of the secessionist Confederacy in the American Civil War. He borrowed and studied Henry Hallock's book, Elements of Military Art and Science, to be aware of technical military terminology. Moreover, he introduced measures that resulted in the abolition of slavery. He issued his Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 and promoted the passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution in 1865. This eventually led to the negation of slavery in the United States. However, anti-war leaders criticized him for refusing to compromise on slavery. On the other hand, radical Republicans criticized him for moving too slowly in abolishing slavery.